What's up, everyone? My name is Alan, and I have my co host Saif. We are Table Break, and today we're going to be talking about the New Year's Revolution edition of Smackdown. What a crazy show, dude.
It feels like I was gonna say it feels like 2004, 2011 again, because this is just about like pure wrestling, pure entertainment. It's not about favoritism.
And
How a creative direction favors this or the other. It seems very possible. Like everybody has a chance now, so it's really, really cool.
it's just crazy how you don't even know what's going to happen. And I think that was shown at the last match, right
Yeah.
at the very end, right at the very last second. We had our predictions, no, whether it was no contest or Randy or AJ,
hmm
but it turned out the way it was supposed to.
This the only way it could have gone really, because um, the only reason I could see somebody winning was if there was a specific direction. But this is I guess I'm kind of just blabbering, but we can probably cut this part out. But I was just gonna say it was really interesting because I felt like it was gonna be the no contest. I'm not sure if I said in the previous podcast if it was gonna be a winner or not, but this was the right move. This had to be the right move, and but I feel like we'll get into that a little bit later. So I thought the overall show was fantastic. How did you feel about the whole aspect of the show, New Year's Eve? Do you think it lived up to the hype like Raw Day One did?
I
Not-
don't think it lived up to a day one hype, but I think with the 2 hour show, they were able to do exactly what they were supposed to do. And
Mhm.
that's set up for the Royal Rumble and beyond. So, they incorporated The Rock in it, they incorporated all the championships in it, and they incorporated everyone that needs to be uh, involved or set up. So, this gives some time in the next 3 weeks to really set up exactly what they need to do. So, I thought overall it was a very efficient show and definitely better than a normal SmackDown for sure.
I think that's the best way to put it. It's like wrapping up the storylines, but also kickstarting a lot of storylines. So it was an efficient show. I thought that was a good way of putting it. It really was. And I think in a way it also brought in a lot of new players. And I think it's gonna be really good for like new upcoming superstars. It was like an intro of superstars and nostalgia of older superstars and everything in between. Everybody had a moment, and I
Everybody.
think that's what was important. I felt like to this first SmackDown kickoff.
Let's get right into it though. First match: Kevin Owens, Santos Escobar, Logan Paul, mega
Yeah,
star of
man.
YouTube himself, came out
Yeah,
on commentary. Great match. I thought, even starting from their entrance,
yeah.
once Santos Escobar turned heel, and I think we talked about this the
Mhm.
past couple of podcasts here, he became exponentially better. His entrance music, his own stable, and his overall wrestling just got so much better.
Yeah, I think it has to do with a lot of like how you use the characters, right? And how you when you give the people the opportunity, they shine because this business is all about kind of like you step up or you step aside, right? Everyone always says that when they're doing their promos. And I think the most important thing is giving everybody an opportunity. Like if you don't give anybody an opportunity, how are they going to really shine? So I think everybody's getting that chance now, to step up. And I think Santos is doing that with his team. Um, I kind of wanted to talk about like what do you feel like is going to happen with Santos now? Because my understanding is pretty much LWO and Santos, they're rekindling their rivalry again. And it was like a good stepping stone for KO, right? So what do you think is next for Santos?
At the Royal Rumble, he's going to have his little role with his little crew. I think Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wild. That's their
Yes.
names.
hmm
When they're in the Royal Rumble, they're gonna face off with Ray and Angel Garza. Oh, sorry, I think I got to switch it around. Actually,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
Angel Garza and Humberto
They're part
on
of the
a part of Santos' side,
yes.
and then Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wild part of the LWO. I think
Yep.
they're gonna have their little kind of like spew at the Royal Rumble, and that will lead into WrestleMania with Santos versus Ray.
Wow, that's gonna be passing the torch.
Santos should win. I don't want Rey
Yeah,
Mysterio to win this one.
yeah. I mean, he's almost out. I really was hoping Dragon Lee would be the one getting the torch.
I agree. I agree.
You
But
know what I mean?
he's doing his thing as NXT now because they change of plans with who was injured?
Ilya?
Was
No,
it
no,
was it
not
Ilya?
Ilya.
Was it
Who had to vacate the title?
totally forgot.
Uh,
Someone.
not Trick. No, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I
And it
forget.
doesn't
It's on
matter.
tip of my tongue. It's on tip of my tongue, but yeah, I forget.
But Dragon's doing
Uh,
his thing over there now. So
man, that's awesome. Oh right, he broke his leg or something. He's out for 9 months.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he was crying on the
Or
show.
or back injury, right?
Yeah, yeah, they vacated his title, and then they had like a fill-in. Wow. But yeah.
It's on the
Anyway,
tip of our tongue, man. We can get this. I know
no,
we can
nuts.
get this. Maybe it'll pop up during this podcast here.
Yeah. But honestly, I think Kevin and Logan they have a really good rivalry, and Logan's really elevating the title. Man, he's doing so good.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
Logan.
from his first match in WWE till now, he's always had killer matches, no matter who he's in the ring with.
Yeah.
And there's a reason that Triple H put the title on him. He can pull off a good show, whether it's on the mic or whether it's in the ring. He can always pull off a good show. So it's good for him, and it's good for Kevin Owens because at least he has a place at the Royal Rumble, not just like some side thing that's unimportant.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot Kevin Owens, when he isn't with Sammy, he has like these side little baby storylines. But this one, I feel like, and if you noticed, Logan was marking for Kevin a little bit because in the commentary, he was pretty much saying like, yeah, he's a big guy, but he moves around. I got to give him credit for that. But I could beat. I'm gonna be sad when I have to beat him.
Right, right. I
So I
heard
thought
that
that was
too.
a really good play on words. It's like paying respect, but also staying in character. Those are tough things to do. So like Logan being able to do that and drop his promos, and being booed, you could see him like, oh crap, I'm doing this. So I thought it was super exciting.
I found it funny too. He right after the match ended, he came up to the ring. He was like, "I held my title for 62 days," acting
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he was gonna be 1,000-day champion,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like everybody else in the business right now. So I think it was a good kind of play on everybody else too. So they definitely threw that in there.
Well, what do you think? Who do you think is gonna win? I mean, I think we talked about it.
Logan Paul.
Yeah,
Logan Paul's winning. And if Kevin Owens wins, I'd be very surprised because that will lead into WrestleMania season, possibly with LA Knight. So I don't mind seeing either match, Logan versus LA Knight or Kevin Owens versus LA Knight. I think they both are great.
so this is kind of like staying within the prediction you made about Kevin losing, LA Knight going into a rivalry with Logan Paul, making the title prestigious. Because I think Logan is, and honestly, at this point, it's kind of weird to say, but I feel like Logan holding the title is way better than Kevin holding the title right now, just for the heel factor.
Kevin doesn't need a title to be great. That's
Right.
the thing. But Logan, I feel like, can use the title to make himself a better heel.
Yeah. And I think in a way he is bringing a little bit of prestige to the title too, and a lot of viewership for the title. You know.
Yeah, except he traded his U.S. title
Yeah,
for
the
for for
ring.
the for a ring for Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes' ring.
that's a great, that's a great commercial,
Yeah,
right?
that was awesome.
Is his prime subliminal messaging. Man, he's really good at marketing.
Yeah,
He's really good at marketing.
he's like a WWE guy, which is
Yeah,
hilarious. He's
yeah,
like perfect for business.
yeah. No, it works out, and I think whatever is installed for Kevin and Logan, I'm really excited for, and I think they're gonna get this is awesome chance. Um, like Kevin is so agile and Logan is agile, although they fight differently because Logan is more aerial, um, and Kevin is more of like a fighter kind of mentality. So it's gonna be really interesting seeing them how they function.
It'll be
Um,
a show stealer, in my
yeah,
opinion. It'll be something we don't expect because they're both gonna pull off one crazy move at least.
yeah, and they're like both technically underdogs because Kevin Owen fights like an underdog. That's his whole gimmick, right? Fight Owens fight. It's
Right.
like fighting for his life, and Logan Paul has something to prove. So they both have something to prove in a way. So I'm excited for that.
It'll be great. The next thing that happened on SmackDown, I really want to get your opinion on because the
Okay.
crowd was absolutely dead when they returned. So Bobby Lashley Street Profits came out, standard promo, 2024 will be our year, not a
Uh-huh.
problem.
Uh-huh.
But right at the end, Karrion Kross finally returns. And
Yeah.
he returns with the Authors of Pain, AOP.
Yes.
Their last run, horrible. Vince did not know what to do with them. In NXT, they did okay,
Yeah.
but they never really caught my eye, in my opinion. They just didn't really have character, even with their manager, Paul Ellering. So when they came back this time, crowd was dead. I was dead. So I didn't know what to think about it. So I hope, it worked out for Karrion Kross. But what'd you think about it?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm actually excited for this rivalry. Although, okay, so there's a lot of story behind right Paul Ellering, right? Because Legion of Doom manager, if I'm not mistaken,
Mm-hmm.
and then now we have Authors of Pain, right? And or we're calling them Legion of Pain. So it's almost like a. I want to. This is how I see them. Triple H has to use them as a reincarnation of Legion of Doom. That's how I see them going towards. And I think that's what's going to bring them heat, or it's going to make them better heels, forming into that. Like, if nothing else works and nothing else was working for them, that's the only way they can go, in my opinion. And this is so great because you cannot boo Bobby Lashley, right? People tried, they all tried, they tried to make them heel, it didn't work. And now you can already see people or the company really forcing Bobby to be now, well, not forcing, but casually leading into him being a face. And you can hear people cheering, although I don't know if it was piped in through edits or whatever it is, but I thought it was great, and this is a good way of making them face.
Now, when they have their rivalry, though,
Mm-hmm.
because Bobby and the Street Profits are over,
Right.
do they still lose this rivalry? Because now you have the return of Karrion Kross and AOP. They can't lose because if they lose, they just lose all the momentum that they just came back with.
Well, that's what's going to define them because if winning and losing breaks them as characters, then they are not meant to be characters, and they probably don't belong in the highest level of this game, right? Because that's what makes you great versus not great. Like Miz is fantastic, Miz is great, but he loses all his matches, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So winning and losing shouldn't matter at this point. I think it's really about developing their character, and they have a perfect team to go against. And I cannot think of a better team than Street Profits to go against because Street Profits have something to prove. Authors of Pain have something to prove. No one is over than the other, aside from Bobby Lashley. But people really should understand how Paul Elling's involvement and what he will bring to the table. And I think he needs to step up as a manager himself to show that this is for me, like a reincarnation of Legion of Doom. That would be super sick.
Usually, we always talk about the man making the title
Yeah,
instead of the title making the man, right?
right.
Or woman, right? At any point. But I think for Karrion Kross and the AOP, they need to have either a mid card title with the tag team titles or some kind of tag team titles, or maybe they do a little trios title. Who knows, right? Title.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But they need some kind of goal to kind of elevate them, or else, like you just said, they might die off a little bit again. And I don't want that for Karrion Kross because I think he could be great as a leader.
I see that. I hope they don't force a title on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Creed Brothers sort of match
Yeah.
right away, because then if they get a title match too soon and they lose that, which they will, then that'll kill their momentum. I know. I think for me, the best thing for them to do is really get into a proper rivalry. The way it elevates them and it'll elevate the Street Profits, because I can see the Street Profits winning the titles. Dawkins is and Tez is they're great. And I could see Lashley winning. Maybe not winning the title, the title, but I could see him maybe winning the U.S. title, and then they become a trio champion in that sense, and that would be sick.
Right, and I think that's where I'm trying to get at, because I think one or the other team needs to be not forcing it, but kind of fighting for a title or a championship because it's something to work for. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
once they establish a rivalry together, then whoever gets out of there in a on the top should be challenging for the titles, and then the other team kind of come back to get revenge. Comes back.
yeah, yeah. That would be good because I can see them attached. Like they don't seem out of place when they're like, for instance, Kevin Owens and Santos. I don't see them coming back to each other and having some sort of a rivalry. They honestly, I don't see any chemistry between them. But with Karrion Kross's team, Authors of Pain, and with Street Profits, I can see them lingering, and I can see them like really going at it, um, and coming back to each other. Some people just have chemistry, and you
I
know,
just don't want him to keep saying the end is near when he hasn't done anything.
yeah,
The
yeah,
end
yeah.
is not
Oh,
near,
it's
dude.
true.
It's
It's
just the
true.
beginning. So get
Yeah,
your ass out there, win something, win a match, and then we'll talk. Because Bobby Lashley will beat the shit out of you.
yeah. Honestly, but it's a cool move. Like the what is it? The his DDT variation of the DDT that he
Yeah,
uses. It's like a
it's a cool
F5
move.
variation. So it's pretty cool. And I think the Authors of Pain with their collision power bomb move, it's kind of cool too. So I hope I see something with Karrion Kross. He's looking better, and there is a reason he's still around. I'm sure he has a lot to prove, and I'm sure he's a workhorse, and maybe that's why he's still hanging around. Because sometimes you even forget he even is in WWE. I thought he was let go a long time ago. Keeps
I
coming
like
back.
the guy. I
Yeah, yeah,
really like the guy. I want him to do so well, but there's something with creative or not getting over with the crowd.
yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Man, remember when we thought he was gonna be the one facing Roman Reigns?
Yeah, he came out with this little TikTok and time thing. And when he put that with Roman inside the ring, I thought he was going to challenge and possibly, threaten him to the title. But they took him off in an instant.
And we'll never know, right? We'll never know why that happened or if it was a creative change or if it was a Vince thing. Because if you like a lot of the time at the end of the Vince's run, everything was abrupt. Everything was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Nope, I'm gonna do this. Nope, and that's one thing that was really annoying, and I feel like it was a turnoff for a lot of people. But again, like going back to the manifestation of stories, and I hope now there's a lot of that because they don't have black and white cinematic kind of promo packages anymore with anybody. Now he's doing this. It's unique now. It's his thing. So build on it.
Also, shout out to the guy on Instagram who said Scarlett looks like his ex. So good for you.
Wow, man.
Just random,
Congratulations.
random Insta. I
Hey,
love the comments.
the comments are the best part.
Yeah, keep commenting, and because we're just gonna take your content and say it here. So
Yeah, and we should probably one day do like runs of comments
yeah,
and the funniest ones from funny videos
dude,
from
I am
wrestling videos.
so down
Yeah. Oh, well, we're
because,
doing that. We're doing
dude,
that.
you know what other one is good when everyone always posts Cody Rhodes get ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
Oh my god. Yo, it's so funny.
Favorite
You
of all time.
but my favorite one is when Cody goes like, "I'm gonna finish," and then The Rock's promo comes up. Shut up, bitch. Yo, that would be so funny if he comes out and does that.
And that's the beauty of this whole year. We think one thing's gonna happen. It is totally Triple H is gonna swerve everyone at all times. It's gonna be awesome.
Man, it feels this feels right. Like storylines, right? Like nothing feels forced. Everything feels they're like manifesting. It's really simmering. It's boiling, you know?
Yeah, there are other people out there, other podcasts, so, that we listen to. They're trying to ask people what we want to coin this era because there was the Attitude Era, ruthless aggression, et
Reality,
cetera, et
right?
cetera, reality. What do you think? What would you name this new era? And are we in a new era?
I think so. I think it's like a hybrid era, and I think that's the best way to put it. It's like a hybrid era. Um, because you get a little bit of PG, a little bit of rated R's coming back, right? Because now I was gonna actually mention this during the match with LA Knight and Triple Threat match because the blood's coming back, right? You saw Becky bleeding. Um, they're cursing a little bit more. So, but it's still a hybrid. It's still PG, but it's in that cross phase right now. So I think it's like I don't know, it could be the next gen era, crossover era, whatever you want to call it.
We'll call it the cross-faded era. How about that?
Crossfaded. Yeah,
We
Crossroads era.
I don't know.
You
You
know?
cross-faded?
Never.
Never.
Never. It doesn't work for me. It
Me
doesn't work
neither.
for you. It works for you. It doesn't
No, it
work for
does not. It does not. No, we don't do it. We're straight edge. CM CM Punk
me.
style.
Moving on. Give me that Io Sky match.
Dude, you said that was your girl, Mia Yim.
Hell
Honestly,
yeah, dude.
when I was watching it, I'm gonna be very honest. She looks stiff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like her character in a way with the OC and the Too Sweet and everything, but I thought she was a little stiff, up until 75% of the match. Then when the false finishes started to come, I mean, she came with the awesome Styles Clash off the
Yeah.
middle rope. That was awesome. But everything else from the beginning to 75% of the match, I just thought it looked a little too stiff. It was like she was trying to remember the moves, as my girlfriend would call it.
Oh. Oh,
That
that's a
wasn't
good.
from me. That was from someone else.
Damn.
She was straight watching the match.
Can you chill? Relax. She's learning.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. No. No. I get that. I get that. I think. I don't know. I see something in her because I do see her as a powerhouse. So I definitely think maybe her cardio isn't up to game because like this is probably one of her few matches that's a legitimate match, right? Like it's a legitimate title picture match, and this was a test for her. Again, everyone's getting opportunities, right? If you look stiff, if you not presenting your package like you're supposed to, you're gonna get shoved aside. So if that's the case, then you know maybe you get two more
Toodaloo.
strikes. Yeah, toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
So you get two more strikes, maybe. Who knows? You know.
I think she gets one more strike. She gets another match, I think, but I don't know. Well, I want her to. I want everyone to do well. I really want everyone to do well.
I did have two takeaways from the match though, and I kind of wanted to share that with you and tell me what you think, right? So you kind of touched on it already, getting another opportunity. So do you think it is over for Mia? Do you think this is the one more opportunity she gets, and then she has this one chance to prove, and then she's gonna move on?
I think she gets one more opportunity, but it has to be done before the Royal Rumble, because once the Bailey thing starts getting set up and the Dakota thing and the damage control thing, she's going to have no place again, because the women's division on SmackDown is run by Damage Control, Bianca Belair, and the now injured Charlotte.
Right.
Everyone else is kind of just sitting in the, low mid card. So I really hope she takes this opportunity to really show the crowd and the, I guess, WWE universe what she has, because she really needs to step up in order to be in the main event title scene. It's only a very few people can stay there.
No, I get that. I get that. I think that's the only. Yeah, I do agree. I think she just has that one opportunity to prove herself. Um, because there's again, like you said, there's lots of competition. Bianca Belair, right? She's coming back. She's gonna take the title away. The EO era, she's gonna end it. So she really has. She's got Bianca, you know. So her promos better be up to game. Her match skills have to be up to game because she has to have one or the other. Because Bianca's really talented in the ring, no questions about it, and she's getting better at her promos. You can't deny it. So she stepped aside for a while to give other people opportunities. Step up or step aside. It's very simple, right? And
In
not
this
simple at the same time.
in this day and age, you gotta get a reaction from the crowd. No matter what you are, you gotta get a reaction.
And
If
no, but yeah, sorry, go for it.
if you don't do it on the mic, you gotta do it in the wrestling ring. One or
Right,
the other, you gotta get a reaction.
man, I'm completely out of frame, and you can see my big ass head.
But I love it.
All right, you know what? I'll keep it. 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 Yeah, yo, let me jump into the other team now because that's the most important part, right? Now, damage control. Dakota Kai. Do you think she's setting Bailey up?
Yes.
She's setting Bailey up.
She's setting Bailey up. She's the mastermind behind this. When she recovers from her injury, she's taking the title off of Bailey when Bailey gets it. Because
Bailey gets the title.
Bailey gets the title off Io because Bianca will not end the Io era of Io, whatever they called it before.
Yeah.
I think Bailey takes it off because that's the story that needs to be finished, kind of wrapped up. And then when Dakota is still in damage control and still, returning from our injuries, she can be the one to bring back the title to damage control by facing Bailey when Bailey turns face.
Then my new winner for the Royal Rumble of 2024 is Bailey.
That was my second pick. I'll keep to her as my second pick.
I go with Bailey now. I changed my mind. Bailey she's winning.
Okay, it's on record. He's the changer of minds. He said Bailey.
Changer of minds. The indecisive.
The indecisive changer of minds.
That will be my finisher in WWE.
That's pretty good.
No?
What was that?
You got excited there?
Yo, keep that.
Yeah, I'm keeping that. That's going to be one of the clips. Clip it. You can see my fucking head.
All right, how about we move your mic a little lower so we can see all your face?
How about that? Hold on. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I feel like I don't know what's there. One more book removed.
Okay, now we can see your face.
How about now?
Oh yeah. We like some face. Editing is gonna be great.
How about this?
It's still awesome.
Hold on, I'm lowering my seat.
Oh!
Why didn't I do this before? Much.
Look at that. Oh, you're my size now. Sorry, man.
Oh man, this is what it's like. I could see everybody's
the air is clearer down here. Just FYI.
Actually, technically, it's hotter. Oh, actually, no, it's colder. Hotter
is it
rises,
colder?
Right? Hotter rises. So, but you would feel the heat first. Wow, we completely deviated from what we're talking about.
And I love it.
Let's do it.
It's not wrestling casuals. It's casuals.
We're just casual.
We're just casual bots.
We're gonna be wrestling casuals that casually talk about wrestling. Ooh.
But the next stage, man.
Yo.
How good is Paul Heyman?
Let's go back a little bit. I want to talk about Paul Heyman, but I want to talk about Roman Reigns again. All right. When Kayla came out, Kayla Braxton, when she came out, right? I think that promo was a little rushed. She came out, you couldn't really hear her, or I don't know. I watched the playback. It was like a little echo or delayed or something. I couldn't really tell. But then you had her talking, and then Roman didn't let it simmer. He just kind of laughed with the fakest fucking laugh in the fucking world. Oh,
can you do better?
Oh yeah.
Let's try it.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it. All right.
I would do that. See, you laughed. What is
it? It's because of you.
Yeah, he was like, come on, bro. Come on. You had 16 weeks of not showing up to practice that laugh, and that's the best you got. I can't, man. And then
flabbergasted.
Yeah, flabbergasted. He could have said something, his succotash line. That would have been better. Dude, no, it was so bad. That promo was so bad, and thank God for Paul Heyman. I'm glad you brought that up, because thank God for Paul Heyman. He saved it.
He always saves the day with all his promos, whatever he does, his manner. Like, he's a god.
Roman is gonna get buried by The Rock in his promo skills. He got buried by John Cena. He forgot his lines. He's gonna go against The Rock and forget his lines and break character, and Paul Heyman has to come save him again. Paul Heyman might as well just wear tighty whities, strap his wrestling boots, and get in the ring.
To me, Paul Heyman is the WWE undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion.
He literally held the title physically more times than Roman had.
He holds it, 90% of the time until Roman has to step in the ring and show his little thing.
Yeah, his little thing is right.
His little thing. His little succotash.
Yeah, his little succotash. Yo, Paul Heyman's promo was really good, and I want to kind of highlight how he was talking about CM Punk when he said "Welcome back." What I really want, I want Paul Heyman to turn on Roman Reigns and join back CM Punk and cost him the
Dude,
title.
dude, yeah, because we talked about planting seeds. This is how you do it.
This
When
is
you
it.
said long-term storytelling, planting seeds, he already planted the seed to turn from the wise man now to the wise man he was once before.
Yeah.
So it's already all there. It's WWE set, bro. Like, what do they have to do? It's all right there in front of us. It's crazy.
Just I think we just have to make sure, just like how we're appreciating it, that they're appreciating what they have. And I think the only reason people are behind this because Triple H came from the wrestling background, Shawn Michaels came from the wrestling background. All these guys are simmering and making this story happen. You know, I don't know if Vince could have done this. And I think even thinking back during Vince's time on the run, while Triple H was, like the evil era where he was champion for like 20,000 years, right? Triple H would be champion every year, right?
Mhm.
And I think it had to do a lot with Triple H's ideas. And the fact, now he's able to do it at a high level, this is fantastic.
It's freaking awesome. There's no words to say. There's so many storylines set up, so many things to look forward to this year.
I'm,
And we
I'm,
haven't
I'm
been
looking
this
forward to it.
excited since, like you said, 2004 to 2011, you know?
Dude, we started a podcast because of this era.
Literally, this
Yeah,
is the podcast era. Let's just call it that. The
yeah,
crossfaded podcast era.
that's it, man. That's it. Um, I want to talk about your boy Tyler Bate a little bit.
Oh, dude, what did
Um,
I say when I said he had a mystery partner?
yeah, and you were not wrong. It was Tyler Bate, and Pretty Deadly's doing really good too. I do want to talk about that a little bit. Tyler Bates. I really liked how they um, kind of incorporated his finisher. The Bates Driver 97, and how they use that with Butch at the end, and how good Tyler Bate actually is in wrestling. He seems such a seasoned wrestler. He's really, really good.
So smooth. Every move that he did up until the finisher, even the double teams with Pete
Dude,
Dunne, Butch, it was flawless. I thought that match
I
was
think
flawless.
I think for Butch and Tyler, this is good. This is his tag team, Butch's tag team, because I'm sure he don't want to be part of. Obviously everybody loves Sheamus. He's the freaking goat. Um, I'm not a big fan of Rich Holland. Maybe he goes. I think he's down at NXT. No,
Yeah, he is.
he's back down at NXT. We're gonna find out about him. He won't disappoint, so we'll see. I'm not a big fan of Ridge. I'm sure he's a great wrestler. He is, no doubt about that. Um, he's got a lot to prove. So, yeah,
Yeah, and just in one match, and even with Pretty Deadly, Kit Wilson, Elton Pretty, whatever, one match already got the crowd to cheer for them because when Tyler Bate was coming out, the crowd was still dead.
yeah,
But
well,
I
yeah, so
noticed
dead.
halfway through the match, as he was wrestling and as he was doing his moves, the crowd started to cheer, and I was like, "That's it, that's it. You got a reaction because of your wrestling work."
Yeah.
So now, if you tag with Pete Dunne, or when he becomes the bruiserweight Pete Dunne again, it will be absolutely deadly when they're heels, both of them.
Oh yes, good word play. I like that.
Ah, you know,
Wow, you write my.
listen,
Can you can you
listen,
can you be my manager?
listen, third podcast, we we're going for it now.
That's it, man. Ooh, I like it. It's poetic. Well, tell me now, what do you think this means for Ridge? Like, I know Sheamus is out. When he gets back, he'll get back. What do you think it's for going on for Ridge now? What does this mean?
I think he stays at NXT to get some guys over because that seems to be where most people fall when they don't have a spot on the main roster. They kind of just send them down to NXT, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that WWE has enough talent that they can send down to work with other guys, and that's good. That's a totally good thing. So at least they still get experience. At least they still have a spot on some show.
Hmm.
So I think he gets some guys over, and when he comes back and sees that Butch is not his tag team partner anymore, then we have a good Butch versus Ridge Holland type
Yeah,
storyline.
That would be interesting. I would be interested to see that. I think because no matter what, this is gonna be a banger match. Butch is amazing. I love those UK guys. I love the European wrestlers. I think
They're
probably
so
those my
good.
favorite type of wrestling is European wrestling because they put on banger matches. That's the type of wrestling I'd want to do if I
I
was
feel
in
like
there.
they work the hardest to get their craft. Maybe next
Oh
to the
yeah,
Japanese.
yeah, totally. Yeah, those two, and I mean you can't count any style out because luchador that
Oh
the
right, yeah.
amount of
You know what? Forget what I said.
yeah, yeah, the
Forget
amount
what
of
I said.
cardio it takes. Oh
Yeah,
my god,
each
it's
style has its own positives.
yeah, exactly. One's more power, one's more cardio based. So it really depends. It really depends.
But yeah, great match either way. I'm not a big fan of Pretty Deadly at all, but I thought they sold well, had the match well, standard match otherwise, and introduced Tyler Bate well. So SmackDown did their job there.
Good job, guys.
Good
Congrats.
jobs.
Um, whoa, whoa. Now we're in the last, right?
Whew, let me get some voices. Oh, not my chest, in my head.
Heart palpitations. Okay.
What a match!
This goes full circle, coming back to the 2004, 2011 John Cena type era, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, this type of era match. That's what that felt like, right? It reminded me. I'll tell you, because I'm a big fan of New Year's Revolution. This was, I forget what year it was. I think 2002, 2003. I'm not really sure. You know better, but it's when Batista, Chris Jericho, um, all those guys, Edge, they were in the Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah, it
You
was
remember when?
06, 07 maybe. Oh
Okay,
six, oh
good. Yeah, yeah.
seven. Yeah, a little bit later. Yeah.
Think about all those top guys qualifying for an Elimination Chamber match. Think about it. All those top guys. And that's what that reminded me of, right? Three generational talent, this is my opinion, um, coming together, putting out a triple threat match to face Roman Reigns.
Yeah, when they came out, the crowd instantly, just like that, turned on. They instantly stood up. Instantly, I didn't hear the crowd pop that much, and it was a good show. So
It
when
was a
the
good
crowd
show.
really started, that was the match that they advertised as, the main event and the most important match of the week. So they did their job, and the result, I could not be more happy then. That was exactly the way it should have went. I said AJ was gonna win, but the way Nick Aldis handled it at the end, that was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick a winner, it would have been Randy,
Hmm.
but again, to your point, it wouldn't have made sense. So I believe, I think my this was my feeling too. Like it was gonna be a no contest. There's just too much star power for a winner to come out of that, right? And the fact that I'm saying star power with LA Knight in it, it's crazy. And to me, the way Randy, as a veteran, sold a BFT, right? And then this is awesome chance come out. I think they all three of them have great synergy, great chemistry, and the way AJ always gets hesitant when he's about to hit his elbow against Randy because he knows he's gonna get RKO'd. They
Hmm.
always had like a funny exchange here and there. Sometimes it's always funny, but
And it
um,
happened.
and it happened, and he struck the RKO. I love the way how they involved the referee in the match. And that was the only way that was going to happen again, right? No contest.
I mean, Charles
Uh,
Robinson, something has to
the
happen.
goat, the goat. I wish it was another referee that got pulled out, and then Charles Robinson did his run.
Yeah,
That would have been fucking
he's
sick.
the goal of running down and counting
Yeah,
1, 2, 3. Lil Nate.
Lil Nate. Yeah, I like that Lil
Lil
Nate.
Nate.
And then you have the holy shit chance, right? The holy shit chance came out, and then to me, it was so great when Roman came out. His music hit. The fans actually popped,
I
right?
popped.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean,
You
acknowledge me.
Oh, I do.
No,
And
but
then yo, Randy looked so frustrated when Roman came out. I really enjoyed that. I really liked that how Randy's reaction was. I really liked how AJ kept punching LA Knight in the head. He rolls out. There's blood involved again. See, it's coming back to the 2004, 6, 11 era, and it's making a comeback. And I think that was always the best decision.
And it was awesome too because the crowd didn't even know who to cheer for. They were like, "Oh, I love LA Knight, I
Yeah,
love AJ, and I
yeah,
love Randy. Who do you cheer for?" Shit, I'll cheer for all three.
that's
And
it.
it was perfect. I'll just cheer for everyone.
That was entertaining, man. And I think leading up to it, if they don't have a triple threat match, I'm sorry, 3-on-3 tag match, I will be shocked.
With the bloodline, you mean?
Yes,
Hmm.
Bloodline versus AJ, LA, Randy, that's coming up. Maybe they do that right before the Royal Rumble match. Um, they have that match. It ends in a brawl. Nick Aldis comes out, makes it a fatal four-way banger match. It's fantastic.
Dude, Magnus is coming back. I am telling you.
Oh my god,
This dude looks ready to beat the shit out of everyone on the SmackDown roster. Do you see?
this is yo. He's like, forget this. I'm gonna be one-on-one against Roman, and he wins the title because I could see that happening.
Just let it happen. Everyone loves Nick Aldis now.
Yeah, yo, there's got to be a physicality thing a little bit. I want to see Roman, Nick Aldis get into something
Yeah, some kind of weird like physical moment, like a
like push,
punch. Yeah, push.
like they
Yeah,
brush against each other, but Nick Aldis doesn't move.
right. And then that's
Ooh,
cinema, right? And
ooh, that's
you know,
cinematic.
we always don't like to use cinematic in a huge way, but I think so many things are cinematic
It would be
right
sick
now.
if they pushed against each other and Nick Aldis goes like, "Do that again." Oh,
Look, goosebumps, bro.
yeah. I'll write the scripts from now on,
just write it, man.
dude. If he threatens Roman, he's like, "Do that again," and I'm stripping you of that title. Oh,
Oh.
that would be sick. That would be sick.
Well, the cliffhanger was good, right? Because Nick told Paul Heyman on camera, through the camera, not on mic or anything.
Right, right.
So the people on SmackDown Live don't know that. Only the people on TV and the world know that. And Roman kayfabe storyline does not know that he's in a fatal four way yet. So it'd be great to see next week's
I
SmackDown and
like
see
that.
how he responds. It's a big cliffhanger.
I'm a huge fan. I really enjoy what's happening right now. It's good, man. It's great. Good
Dude,
stuff.
I haven't been excited to watch like regular Raw and SmackDown in so long. It's wild.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why the pay-per-views are not pay-per-views, but PLEs are selling out, right? Because of the storyline. There's so much good stuff happening, right? I really hope Chris Masters comes back for Royal Rumble, by the way.
Dude, if he comes back and Mr. Matt Cardona comes back, like there's
Oh,
just so like right? Like I dude,
I
whoever's
think,
listening, just
yeah,
just please watch some.
yeah.
You're gonna like somebody and you're gonna be sold. It's a huge telenova right now.
Yes, it is. It is. Uh, what you got? Anything else you want to add?
I was gonna ask you if overall great for your show for New Year's Revolution, like we did for Raw.
This one I would say was like maybe a B plus for me. I don't know. Yeah, I would say it's a B plus because the Raw matches were more banger. So A minus for them. I would say it's a B plus. I thought it was great through and through. Um, yeah, it was just great through and through. It's not really anything anybody could do. I think Raw just put out a little bit more of star power. Um, because there is more variety there. I think SmackDown has the 3 or 4 guys that's at the top right now. So that's why it's a B minus for B plus for me.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I gave Raw a B plus. I just stepped down a little bit for this one. It would be a
Yeah,
B, and that's
yeah.
solely because of the matches themselves. They were just so good on Raw, and SmackDown just didn't top that for all the matches. But like we said in the beginning, it was very efficient, and I have no problem. B is not bad.
Yeah, exactly. It was great. It was fantastic. I'm really excited for Royal Rumble, man.
All right, and just on a side note, we keep throwing in Mercedes Monet in our podcast here and there, but now the little rumor is that AEW and WWE don't want to sign her because she's asking for too much money. Do you agree? Don't take her?
Yeah, don't take her. You gotta don't take her. Like, there's so much talent out there. There's so much competition out there. If you're not worth it, they're not gonna pay. Like, you think if that's what you're worth, and you're arguing back and forth, and at the end of the day, you're not giving the fans what they want. Like, now the fans know you're doing it for the money. You're not doing it for the craft, right? There's a lot of people that are more talented than you. They're getting paid less already. So it's just my take on it. I don't think she's that good. She's not that great. Her mic skills are okay. Um, and you would have to be, I don't know, a Randy Orton
Remember,
or
guys, he is the changer of minds. So when Sasha does return at the Royal Rumble and pulls off a banger 15 minutes, he will be the changer of minds.
yeah, we'll see. But again, she's now it's public that she's doing it for the money. So I don't like that stuff. Like, yeah, definitely get what you're worth, but I don't know. I don't know really anything about her too much, in terms of locker room stuff. Who knows? Like, we don't know.
Do you know
Yeah.
Deonna Purrazzo by any chance?
No, I don't.
So she was former WWE, wrestler, women's wrestler that kind of left, and WWE kind of did her dirty. She went into TNA/Impact, and she made a name for herself. She's called the Virtuosa,
Okay.
and she was a great Impact Women's Champion over there. Did a lot of awesome work and made herself big, kind of just like a lot of the other indie stars.
Yeah,
So she actually debuted with AEW this past week.
that's good for you.
And they kind of put her in like the main event scene. I mean, not right away, but she's kind of as big as like Britt Baker and
Oh
all
wow.
these
Yeah,
top
yeah, yeah.
other company stars. So they were saying they signed her, and if they sign Mercedes too, that woman's roster should be a lot better, because right now it's a dud. They only have a few select women's wrestlers over there. And back to my point, it's just WWE is just cooking too hard. AEW is cooking too little, so they need to step up their game. And I think Tony Khan should totally sign Mercedes for all the money that she's worth, or whatever she's asking for, because they need Mercedes more than WWE needs her.
Yeah, exactly. I know Tony. Yeah, Tony's. People keep saying he's messing up because he's not hiring Monet. Do it.
Do
Just
it.
do it, and maybe put her on a year contract. I don't know
Right.
whatever it is. Put her on it, and then see how she performs.
Right.
That's pretty much it. And I hope we get Jade Cargill back for Royal Rumble. That would be
Oh
nice.
yeah.
I know she's working really hard and stuff like that, so it's good. Triple H even said it, like, she needs work.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I hope she shows up.
All right, guys. So this is our SmackDown New Year's Revolution review. Again, I'm Alan, and my best friend, co-host Saif here. Please follow us on Instagram at TB Wrestling Casuals. We are now also live on YouTube, so please follow, like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do as usual, and we would appreciate the support. More to come.
Thank you. Can't wait to do not Royal Rumble. I can't wait. This is
Oh,
gonna be
Royal
very
Rumble is going to
exciting.
be awesome, and we'll have a lot of thoughts into that. And also in between, we're planning to do a few podcasts here and there. So look forward and stay tuned for those.
Yeah, I mean, and if anybody, a casual fan, has any sort of ideas, definitely throw it our way, and we'll do them.
Yeah, answer on our podcast, send us a message, whatever you want to do. We're open to ideas.
Thank you.
All
Have a good
right.
one, guys.
Have a good
Take
one.
care.